Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel, and we are on to Vlogmas week 3. Vlogmas is just flying by, and I have been having so much fun coming up with things that I want to share with you this festive season. And of course, it would not be Christmas, at least for me, without doing some sort of festive baking. I like to reserve this for kind of the last 2 weeks of Christmas, just so I can get it all done and it's all there ready to go for the few days before and a few days after of Christmas. I have quite a few things that I like to bake on repeat, and today we are going to be making one of my husband's favourites, which is cranberry white chocolate chip oat cookies. These are so good, and the recipe was in this lovely Hallmark, it's not even just a cookbook, it has lots of information about how they film the movies, actors that are in these movies, has ideas for like decorating and gifts, all sorts of Christmas goodness you can find in this book. I think it's still available over on Amazon. You are free to go and have a check. But yeah, it has so many recipes, and this is one of my favourites from there. And we are going to go right ahead and start making them. Those cookies were so good. That recipe just turns out perfectly every time. So easy, one bowl, absolutely love it. Most of them are now gone. It is several days later. I think we have maybe enough for 1, maybe 2 more days, and then I'll be doing some more festive baking. I think I'm going to make mince pie fudge next, which is so good. And just as simple, literally one pan in this case, but super easy, super simple, and makes loads, especially for 2 people. So that will definitely tide us over into next week when, we are getting ever closer to those festivities. And I also want to try and make some gingerbread cupcakes. I bought those kind of mini gingerbread men from the supermarket to put on top of them. I'm sure I'll squeeze that in somewhere. We have time. So a mini departure here from specifically festive content. It is obviously coming into the 3rd week of December, and this is the time that I personally like to get into planning Q1, i.e. the start of 2026. It kind of gives me 2 full weeks to really think through what it is that I want for the coming year, and what I need to do in order to achieve those goals. For this purpose, I decided to take Sarah Cannon's Your Path Forward course, which comes with this little workbook. I already have her HB90, which is the short-term quarterly planning, but Your Path Forward is basically looking at your big goals. So you can see the two of those are going to work really well together. Because I realised that although I'd had some big goals, they're a bit vague, and I was very good in deciding what I was going to do each quarter, i.e. I was going to write this book or write this much of a book, but without a really clearly defined goal, just kind of meandering, like we're generally aiming towards, you know, being whatever type of author we want to be, but it was too vague. I needed more specifics, and I needed to really drill down to what I want personally from my author career. Obviously this varies for everyone, and I also don't think that the goal that you set maybe at the beginning of your career is the same goal you might have in the middle or later on, or even from year to year. The beauty of being an indie author is that you're in control, and you can, you know, change the goals and what it is that you are working towards whenever you want and, you know, change your projects and everything to match that. And when I kind of went through Your Path Forward, I realized that the goal that I wanted to set now was different from the goal when I was kind of first starting out with Cozy Autumn. That was very much, I just hope anyone buys my book, as it often is when you're an indie author, like someone that I don't know buy my book, then yes, I've achieved my dream. That's how it often feels. But I realise now, a couple of years in, that what I really want to focus on is creating consistent income from my books, and that in order to do that, I need to make a shift in the writing projects that I undertake. What I mean by that is, obviously I have just published my debut cozy fantasy novel, Lunar Quartz Library, and I am busy writing book number 2. However, obviously I'm right at the start of writing fiction. It is going to be quite some time before, one, that series is finished, and 2, it's going to start paying off financially. I feel that writing fiction is a kind of longer way of making money, or just it takes longer to make the money that you want. Maybe less so if you're writing in a different genre, but certainly if I just stick to writing cozy fantasy, it's going to take me a lot longer to get to the kind of goals financially that I want to achieve. So I need to kind of switch it up, and to that end, I'm basically going to be switching more between my cozy living non-fiction as well as my cozy fantasy. So my plan is, basically I want to put a brief pause on writing book number 2 of cozy fantasy in order to work on my next non-fiction book. Those books are so much shorter, and they sell really well because they are small, quick, easy reads. I've been publishing those a lot longer. I have a more established audience for those. They have more reviews on Amazon. Essentially, focusing on writing more of those type books is going to hopefully increase my income, and then I can still certainly work on my cozy fantasy, and I will absolutely continue with it. But right now I need to put it more on the back burner and maybe aim for just 1 a year at this point, which I know might not be what you want to hear if you have just finished Lunar Quartz Library or you have read it. But also the other issue with writing fiction as an indie author is that obviously we need the finances to put into each book to make sure it's as good as it can be. And because it's my first book, Lunar Quartz Library, it's going to take some time to build the momentum to give me the return on investment for all the future books in that series. So again, focusing on writing my non-fiction is going to kind of give me more income, and means that I can then funnel that into my fiction books in terms of cover artists and things like that. I'm just rejigging. It's just a very long-winded way of saying I'm shifting my focus back to my non-fiction for a while until I can create a more consistent income. So I am basically at the point where I have my long-term goals set, and I now need to dive into what I'm going to be doing this quarter in order to take a step towards that. So I printed out the HB90 planner. I did not print all of it. It does come with either a weekly layout or a daily layout, but obviously I have my Erin Condren planner, and that is what I actually use for planning. These pages in here are basically all about kind of goal setting. So these are the first 50 pages that are the same in any of Sarah's HB90 planners. This is where I'm going to be, you know, setting out my goals and the projects and the tasks, and then I will be transferring those into my Erin Condren planner so I know what I'm doing week to week. Another part of my plan for focusing on creating more consistent income would be a shift to YouTube. I will still be here. I'm still planning to create content because obviously I'd like to get to a stage of monetization. But I need to shift how much time I'm spending on YouTube, because currently doing like the 2 videos a week as I have been doing up until Vlogmas, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and currently it gives me 0 return financially, which is fine. You know, we can't expect these things to return just right away, but I need to have less time spent on this so I can focus on things that do bring me money. So my focus will be shifting more towards doing something like YouTube Shorts so that I can use those to attract more of an audience, because obviously YouTube Shorts are really, really popular right now, and people are more likely, for someone especially that don't know, a new creator, to watch a short than to watch a vlog that's sort of 15-20 minutes, which I absolutely understand, absolutely 100% get. And maybe focusing on just 1 video a week as opposed to 2, and for that video to be more topic focused than just me kind of having a chat, because again, focusing on a topic, solving a problem, giving more value is a kind of means to get more people on board with my channel. Yeah, those are my kind of plans and goals for 2026, to kind of focus on bringing a more consistent income. I know a lot of indie authors don't really like to talk about making money, that there's sometimes this feeling that you should be focused on something else, like building community or just getting your books into the hands of readers. And those are both, you know, great goals to have. But at the end of the day, we are here to make money, and I think it's absolutely okay that we all say that. It might be more of a focus for some people than others, which again is absolutely fine. But you know, if you are publishing books, you are here to make money of some income level, and obviously that's entirely up to you. And I'm just here to say that is my focus for the next year, as opposed to just kind of being here and building an audience. Building that consistent income is something that I want to do, and I think that is absolutely fine for me to say that, and for any other indie author to say that. So without further ado, let's get into planning 2026 to work towards this lofty goal of having a consistent income from my indie author books. If you have enjoyed this vlog, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button down below and you can choose your next cozy adventure.